finished digging up that pine, that little longleaf pine to take to my mom's, I found another one. It was just out of the ground, and so it was very shallow. That other one was really long taproot. And I guess while I was busy laying on the ground there with my arm dug down into the hole to get that other one up, somebody saw an elderly lady in the ditch. So, what should come along when I was just finishing up getting a little tree in a bag was a blue flashing light. Uh-oh, I thought. Now I've done something wrong. See, in Canada, anything between the fence and the road is public property, and they mow it. They cut down trees of all sizes. And they, because they get in the wires, and because it's in the right-of-way, the road right-of-way, they don't want ice storms dropping branches on the road, getting in the trouble with the snowplow. And so anything that's between the road and the fence, like all these things that are coming onto the road there, I mean, that would all be cut down by that machine that comes along and ruins everything. It's got a big swirly blade, and they just face it at the branch and they cut it off. So, and they mow it all. Anyway, so I figured that's when the lady told me yesterday at the nursery. I'm coming up to Augusta, Georgia now. So when the lady yesterday at the nursery told me that she didn't have any trees, but why don't I just dig up one by the roadside? I figured that, of course, it's normal here, and you can dig it up by the roadside, because they're just going to kill them anyway. So I found out that I was wrong. It's illegal to take a tree. But I guess people do it because he wasn't too worried. He said on the... I went over to the policeman's door. It was a van. I went over to the door and I opened it up and said, "Hello, is everything okay?" And he says, "Boy, you caused a ruckus," or something like that. I said, "Oh?" He said, "Yeah, there's a woman in the ditch, an elderly lady in the ditch." I said, "I wasn't in the ditch. My car's there on the roadside." And he had this radio in and say, "She's 10-4. Everything's 10-4. It means everything's okay." No, she was just digging up a tree. He didn't think anything of it. He was a forestry officer or something, he said. He didn't think anything of it. And then another one stopped behind. And I guess it looked like I was working on somebody. Anyway, somebody saw me laying on the ground out there digging up the tree. They didn't realize I was digging up a tree. Anyway, it's good that people are watching out for other people who don't want an elderly lady, I'm 56, an elderly lady to be in distress. Anyway, and he said that, no, I said, I thought it was free. He says, well, no, somebody owns this right up to here. And, there's eminent domain, or whatever that's called, right-of-way of roads. And so it's owned by the public. It's not owned by the city or the state or the country. It's owned by the public. It's public land. I mean, that's what being owned by the country is, right? Public land. And in Canada, where I live, they don't have laws like you can't take stuff. It's fine. You can't take stuff from a provincial park or a municipal park or a national park. Those are protected things, or a protected place, or a refuge. But the side of the road's free game. Everybody knows that. So anyway, I was exercising my free rights, and he said, no, somebody owns that. You can't take it unless you have permission. But they weren't worried about it. They didn't want it back, or they didn't want to press charges or anything. obviously I was an elderly lady. Look where that man is. He's way up on that wire. Way up there on that rod. I wonder how he got up there. Good grief. Anyway, he said trees are like gold. So I guess these are tree plantations. Well, I've learned something I did not know. See the fence up there? See that? In Canada, the fence, everything this side of the fence is going to get cut down. Unless, of course, it's obviously decorated. You know, like if they put flowers there or there are ornamental trees along it in a city, you know, you can see that they take care of them. Well, that's all right. You don't take any of that stuff. But out here, like this. Anyway, so I have learned my lesson, and I'm glad that they did not give me a ticket. Or arrest me. Or take my trees. And they're not going across the border. Don't you worry about a thing. They're going to stay here in Georgia and help the species along. I'm going to plant them in the sand along the river at my mom's. That's so that when I come back here, I can harvest the pine needles on the river. So I guess I better not plant it too close to the river, or all the pine needles will go in the river and I won't get any. Anyway, that was my little adventure last night.